Hello everyone, Jules here. Today I'd like to talk about some books that are on the topic of runes, for people who might like to know more about runes. And the first book is the RUNE Workbook by Leon Wild. And this is a great book, especially as a beginner's book. It's a great book for the basics about runes. And I found this book really helpful when I was first finding out about runes. There's about 3 pages on each rune, and it also talks about a little bit about the history and the legends behind runes as well. And there's also a quick reference guide at the back of the book. And it really covers everything that you need to know when you are starting to learn about runes. And I have found that this book was the most accessible one when I was first learning about runes. There's a lot of other books around, but I just found this one was the easiest for learning about each rune separately, so that I didn't feel that I was overwhelmed by too many runes to learn at once. You could really take your time learning each rune with this book. And I wanted to mention at this point as well that the 3 books that I'm recommending don't mention the blank rune. I personally don't work with the blank rune because the blank rune is a modern addition to the system, and I like to work with a traditional 24 rune system. So if you have a blank rune in your set and you want to include that, that's up to you, but I'm just letting you know that the books I am recommending don't have information about the blank rune in them. So this one is the Runes Workbook by Leon Wild, and it's very good basic beginner's book, and it may not be in publication still, but you would probably be able to get this on Amazon. So I can recommend this one. Next book is a very good book, and it is the Nordic Runes by Rhys Mountfort. And this one is in publication. This is quite easy to get. And this book is well written, it's quite accessible, and it covers the rune spreads and divination as well. And this book has about 4 or 5 pages on each rune. And what is really good about this one is that he includes myths and legends about each of the Norse gods and goddesses that are associated with each of the runes. So I found that really interesting. And it's just very well written. And this is a good basic book too. It's got a lot of information in here, but it is not too overwhelming. So this is another book that you could probably spend time on each rune separately as well. So this book is very good too. So this is the Nordic Runes by Rhys Mountfort. And the last one is a bit unusual. It's a beautiful coloured encyclopedia type of book about runes. The Complete Illustrated Guide to Runes by Nigel Pennick. Nigel Pennick is a rune expert, and this book is different because it not only talks about the rune system that most people recognise, which is the Norse rune system. It also talks about Anglo-Saxon runes, which are a different system, and it's got a lot of other interesting things in here as well. It also mentions rune cards, which most books on runes don't mention rune cards, and it mentions that in here as well. And there's beautiful colour illustrations and photographs of the history and legends to describe the runes and their history. And there's some information on divination and spreads in here as well. This book is probably out of print and hard to get, but it is a really good one to get if you would like to know a thorough history about the runes and their origin. And it's also got information on each of the Norse rune system, each of the runes, and how to read the runes, and information about each of the runes, each of the meanings. But this one is more of a general overview about runes. So that is the complete illustrated guide to runes by Nigel Pennick. But if you can get a second-hand copy of this, because that's what my copy is, I got a second-hand copy of this one, it is worth getting if you can. Okay, well, they're the 3 books I'm recommending, and I'll put the details under the video as usual. So I hope people were interested in finding out some rune book references in case you're interested in knowing a bit more. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.